I can't think of a time where there was two more likable athletes that were the best players on the team. He's one of the nicest guys in the league. I've never heard a bad thing said about him from other players. Everyone likes the guy. He has $1 million smile. That's why, from that aspect alone, just putting him with Steph and Curry, the two most liked.
I think the league wants it. At one point, Steiny was giving all of his Greek knowledge in the Bay Area. And, no, he had phenomenal knowledge. He showed so much reach and so much, like real history, like anything a real Bay lord.
Anything to not talk about the possibility of Giannis going to the Warriors. He had to pivot to the Greek stuff. This is the Greek god itself.
He brought up Annunciation, which is one of the most beautiful churches in the entire Bay Area.
Okay.
I mean, Steiny had phenomenal
Is that the Greek
knowledge.
Temple? Is that the Greek Temple in Oakland?
It's a Greek Orthodox church.
Okay.
I don't know if it's called a temple.
Well, they call it there. That is the
yeah.
church,
I don't know the vernacular.
It's right near the Latter-day Saint Church, which looks like a castle if you're driving in the East Bay.
Yeah,
yes.
My brother went to Holy Trinity, which is a Greek Orthodox school here in the city.
I didn't know that.
I don't know if it's still around. I know the church is still around on Alamany, but or on Brotherhood Way. But I think everybody's lining up ready for Giannis. And I'm really worried that if the Warriors do not land Giannis, there is going to be a huge depression setting in for the Warriors.
Well, are you allowing yourself to actually entertain it now? It's been a couple days here. We got a couple days till the deadline. I'm still saying it's a long shot. If you're asking me the possibility of Giannis going to the Warriors, I give it a 10%. 10. So 90% he's not coming here. I'm giving you the 10% still.
Where do you think he's going?
I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he's going to
stay. Okay.
But that doesn't mean...
If he gets dealt, do you think they have the best chances?
Yeah, I think it's... This trade deadline, he's only going to the Warriors or he's staying with Milwaukee, from what I've heard. And we'll talk to Nick Friedel in the 9 o'clock hour, who joined us here live.
If I'm Milwaukee, I think you'd be really foolish to not take the deal.
But why not wait until this offseason in the summertime where more teams might be apt to give up more? Because
what are they going to give you?
I don't know. More picks?
If you want,
more players?
What picks? I mean, we have the same amount of picks, right? So the Warriors would be giving the same amount of picks as anyone else.
Teams that aren't flirting with him right now may be doing that in a couple months when they get eliminated, is what I'm saying.
Okay, if I'm them and I'm rebuilding, I want all the picks, right? Then that's just my prerogative.
Absolutely.
The Warriors' picks are as good as anyone's picks, and I would be fading Giannis and Steph as a collective with nothing else around them because of what it takes to get them. And if I was looking at the landscape over the 4-year period, not just a 2-year period, like a 4 or 5-year period, I do believe the Warriors have the best picks, and that would be the move that I would make. And plus, when you're in those situations and you're Milwaukee, you just want to get it done. Just get them out of here and let's just start fresh and start the tank now.
Well,
that's what I would do.
From Giannis's perspective, if I was in his camp, I would tell him the same thing. Just get out of there.
Just get out of there.
Rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah.
That way you finish this season in a different team's uniform, kind of like Jimmy Butler last year. Not to the same level because Jimmy obviously tanked his own value, tanked it with the fan base, with just around the league, all of it. Giannis hasn't really done that. There's been some chirping behind the scenes, but by all accounts, he's one of the nicest guys in the league. I've never heard a bad thing said about him from other players. Everyone likes the guy. He has $1 million smile. That's why, from that aspect alone, just putting him with Steph and Curry, the two most liked.
I think the league wants it.
Well, could you think of two, I can't think of a time where there was two more likable athletes that were the best players on the team. Joe Montana's Jerry Rice, both likable guys.
Yeah.
Steve Young, obviously.
Ronnie was so beloved.
He was, but he was intimidating, right?
No, I know, but he was beloved.
But he was a nice, he wasn't a bad guy.
Yeah,
but he was
totally different. You're right. In terms of just smiling, God, that's a good.
I'm just
trying to think about that.
Yeah, right. Just two of the best players on the team that are just family friendly. Just you think of model citizens, you think them, because I think
they might be one too.
I think of some opposites, but even
you mean Draymond and Jimmy?
Yeah, well, they were the combustibles.
The suspendables.
Both of them, right? And then nothing ended up coming to fruition there, which is actually kind of crazy. But I think about guys that might not have had a lot of drama, but guys that were kind of just divas in general, like LeBron. He's a big diva.
You watched last night?
No, the Knicks game. I catch some of it, but why?
It's just it felt like it was all about LeBron, and I don't know. The more and more I think about it,
you think he might be done after this year?
I think he's going to go to the Knicks in the offseason.
Really?
Yes.
That's the spot? The Knicks?
I think he loves the fame and the attention, and I think he looks at that Knicks situation. He goes, I'm the biggest name on that team. I'll go there right now, and I'll be I'm a bigger name than Jalen Brunson. He's all about adulation, and I think that's where he's going to go. I really do.
His contract's up. Do you want him on the Warriors?
No.
No? Okay, now you're out.
Now I'm out.
Now you're
watching him last night. I was like, he is just so self-absorbed.
Oh, I mean,
not that I didn't know that.
Spoiler alert.
I just thought that maybe he
Finally
would read the
catch
room
on.
a little more. No, you'd think he'd age a little gracefully. I'm talking about mentally.
Yeah.
He's just, last night bugged me. I don't know why. It felt fabricated.
I mean, the writing was on the wall with him. As soon as you got Luka, I would have tried to move LeBron. Quite frankly, like that
might have been the move for them.
That might have been, but
Now they get the cap relief at the end of the year.
Yeah, and they're waiting on Reeves to come back. And what do they do with him? Do they pay him? Do they try to trade him? Do they automatic? Because I saw there was a report. Do the Lakers try to get involved in that in the offseason? I don't know with Giannis, but I'm looking at it from a Warriors perspective. If they somehow land this guy. I mean, talking about one of the biggest stories during Super Bowl week.
I think the NBA would love it. And I was thinking about this.
They would dominate. Didn't they love it last year? Remember?
Yes. When the Luka trade happened, it took over Super Bowl
We
week.
asked Baldy Super Bowl week. The first question was about Luka Doncic.
Think about this from the NBA's perspective. They've got a rising superstar in both Texas cities. Okay? So now Texas as a state is relevant with Wemby and Cooper Flag.
Victor Wembanyama, Cooper Flag, and you also got the young upstart Rockets, too. A lot of those young players there.
That team was already,
and they got Kevin Durant.
Yes, relevant, but now they have Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
So, Texas is set. Obviously, the Knicks, who we referenced last night, they've been in the mix. They're knocking on the door. I think they're going to make a big move for somebody. So if they don't get Giannis, I'm telling you, I really think LeBron might be on there. I can't. I know you're thinking I'm nuts. I think he wants to go there.
Okay. No.
I wouldn't take him.
He might.
But I just know how he works. You go to Chicago, they're just so irrelevant. Throw them out the window. L.A., they've got Luka. I think they're going to be a big player in the offseason for someone.
Yeah.
They're the team I look at and I go, I wonder if they're going to land Cat. I wonder if they're the team that would land somebody who's on the way out at their current location. Just thinking out loud.
Okay.
And then I go to the Warriors, and if I'm the league and I'm saying to myself, I got to keep Steph Curry relevant. I got to keep him in the playoffs. I got to find a way to do it. They would go gaga if Giannis was on the Warriors in terms of television. They got a bunch of national games coming up. A bunch of them got flexed to national games. I just wonder what the league, if they had it their way, I think they would rather pair Giannis with Steph than Giannis with Luka.
Ooh.
I think they want the flexibility of the offseason narrative talk to be able to link everyone to the Lakers all offseason. But once you set up Steph and Giannis, that's a 5-year conversation for the whole league on who's going to be paired up with them.
Well, and you'd be going global with the two Europeans, with Giannis and Luka, but the Steph Curry factor, he's more global than both those guys.
I know.
He is literally the most beloved athlete in the NBA currently. And I don't even think it's close.
No.
I mean, the proof is in the pudding after you just saw LeBron getting named in reserve because of the fan votes, obviously. Probably undeserved, quite frankly. Maybe a guy like Kawhi or Cooper Flag, in my opinion. But I get it. It's LeBron. It's what they're going to do.
If you're looking at the league, you're like, well, okay, City's probably our best team. I'm going for the league. I'm not saying they're statistically moving these things, but okay, Oklahoma City's our best team by far, right? If they had to go through some sort of a path of Lakers with Luka, Warriors with Giannis and Steph, and then Wemby in the Western Conference Finals, think of what that does to narrative building for that young team. They went back-to-back, and that's the road they traveled.
Yeah. It's about their opponents more so than the actual team.
And it would make a compelling case after case. I'm talking about round after round. Study for them. If it's Wemby, he went through the Rockets.
I know.
And then he went through Giannis and Steph. Then the Rockets. And do you see where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
And we haven't even brought up Denver.
I mean, I'm looking at it right now, the standing. I'll bring it up. They're the 8th seed right now. They somehow land them. Not that this season becomes meaningless, but I brought it up last week. It's almost when the Lakers acquired Luka, where it's like, not that the season's no longer meaningless. You're going to see how these things pair.
Oh, you just get a 4-year,
you just re-energize your entire fan base
100%.
for 4 more years, at least. And again, you have to re-sign Giannis.
Yeah.
But, if he's coming here and he's signing off on it, you got to think he's going to re-sign it. It was the Jimmy Butler thing, too. It's like, if Jimmy comes here, he's not going to re-sign. What happened immediately? 2-year extension, $100+ million. Here you go, Jimmy. So I would imagine it's the same for Giannis. This is where it always comes back to, though, for people. We have to get the guy first, and I hate being like the wet blanket and just tossing it on there, but how much better are the Warriors in the West? They get rid of all these guys. Let's say it's Draymond, Kuminga, Pods, Moody, whatever. Get rid of all these guys. You bring in Giannis, you pair him with Stephen Curry. Now what? I guess is what I'm asking. From a basketball perspective, because from a eyeballs perspective, we're all going to be watching no matter what. It's those two players on the floor together. From a advertising perspective, obviously, we're going to be doing that. We're going to be talking about them ad nauseum. We're the home of the Warriors.
Did you watch Friday night?
Yeah.
Did you see who was playing?
The Detroit Pistons.
Yeah, I saw them.
Kate Cunningham.
Did you see who's playing for the Warriors?
Yeah.
It's a bunch of role players.
Hey, Santos here. Come on.
Like they can't find more role players? There are the gazillion role players to be had in the NBA every offseason.
You can't sell me Giannis playing with Steph, Pat Spencer, and Guy Santos is going to win me anything of significance.
In these hypotheticals, you would still have Buddy Hield or GP2 or, you know what I'm saying? Like, those guys are NBA players.
Okay, sure.
Right?
Now I'm asking you the question.
Like, right now, you're playing Buddy Hield and GP2 without Giannis. You're playing him with Draymond Green offensively. How's that look?
The whole question, though, is if I'm mortgaging the future with all of my picks that I clearly want to covet right now because we don't have the young talent that we deem necessary to compete in the West, that I better be getting a guy that's worth like 5 of those other dudes in Giannis Antetokounmpo that's instantly going to make me, hey, him and Steph, you got to sell me that they're at least going to be a top 6 team in the West.
No, it's a great starting point, and then you pivot from there. No one thinks that they're finished. Like, that would be absolutely foolish. You got to round out the rest of the team, and that's where I think to your point about the Luka thing, where the Lakers got Luka, it's like, this is what we have for right now, and this is what we're going to have next year or the year after or whatever. And I think they're in the process of doing it. And I don't think that they're as desperate right now because of the age of Luka, so they can take their time. They don't have to be so reckless with it. The Warriors would be in complete off-season, like anything's on the table around Giannis and Steph Curry.